Hello and welcome to the Flexline Media coverage of the Round 1 feature card back 9 at the Charteris Bay Charge 2021 presented by Signature Homes. My name is Chris Hoopmann.
And I'm Jeremy Brokenshire. Good to be back for this back 9.
So excited to get back to this course. How beautiful is it?
Amazing, Chris, and amazing weather too.
Yeah, it was a great day, and let's hope that we see some hot shooting from our feature card as we head into the back 9.
Here we have Jimmy on -1, tied in 4th. Bray tied 10th on even. Liam tied 14th on +1, and unfortunately Tom on +7 at 25.
Yeah, coming in last, struggling a little bit. Just a couple of missed putts on the green, really punishing him. So looking for a good turnaround heading into the back 9 for Tom.
Yeah, hopefully he can get out of that mindset and start cashing some birdies. Hole 10, 104 metres. OB fence line on the left, big tree in your face. Another hole that played deceptively long.
Yeah, there's the slightly low ceiling approaching the green. If you're obviously hyzering in at the right angle, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. But, you know, something you don't want to... I mean, honestly, maybe it could be a benefit if you aim for the ceiling and fall down. Ooh.
Set.
Not good out of Jimmy's hand. Just catching the edge of the OB.
Fence saving him there.
Yeah. It's alright, probably 40 metres off.
Yeah.
30, 40.
Relatively straightforward hole. I'd say easy to par, hard to birdie. Wow, that is high and right. But safe.
Yeah, you can get away with playing super wide on this hole. You've got pretty much the entire golf fairway to play with. Obviously just trying to avoid that tree up the middle and stay away from the OB.
Destroyer out of Tom. Again, playing that spike hyzer.
Yeah, I would say Destroyer would be a pretty common driver of choice for most players on this hole.
Yep, I leaned on mine a lot this weekend.
Oh, here's another one from Liam.
Boom,
Great
sauce.
rip.
Go the Destroyer.
Getting up there still, probably about 20 off, I would say. Yeah, circle 2.
Knowing Liam's power, I'd be surprised if this hole was a bit longer than 104, but...
Yeah, it's always a bit tricky when designing these pop-up courses because we go out there without any baskets and range find it, and then we come home and draw it up on the satellite and then go back out there and put the tee and basket out, and you never know exactly how close you are to your original course, so there's obviously a bit of number massaging happening there, but we do our best.
Oh, what a limb. Tom's stoked about that one.
You got to have something to turn your round around.
Butter.
Beautiful approach from Jimmy. Here we go, Liam.
Still deep into circle 2. Let's see what he can do. Oh, I think he just elects to lay out.
Whoa, that was...
Half run,
yeah,
maybe?
I reckon he's going for it.
Nice and safe though, out of Liam. Take the par, move on. As does Bray.
Yep. Yeah.
Tom tapping out. Good par. Stoked. Should be a little par frame for our card here.
Not a bad way to start off the back 9.
No, it seems like par frame for the field on round 1 as well, with no birdies on this hole.
There you go.
Coming in at 3.12. So again, one of those holes, easy to par. Hard to birdie.
Hole 11, par 376. There's the Mando tree on the left, keeping you up the middle, avoiding the OB on the left-hand side, and a pathway for the players coming back down the hill. But the basket's just raised on this little tee pad for the golf course. Quite a nice little basket location, if I don't say so myself.
Love this green. That little wall, the little raise, fantastic.
And a gap to hit, which is always challenging.
That's leaked out early for Jimmy, but
Great kick out from that tree. So many of these trees are super grabby, and it's really fortunate for him to get that little kick out.
Yeah, that's a weird reaction, but he'll take that.
This is a Star T-Bird 3 from Bray.
He says it's short,
Yeah,
but
that's up
it'll
there.
play.
Yeah.
Again, nice little uphill putt, relatively safe. Better than being long and putting downhill to a little bit of death, but
Thunderbird
what a rip.
from Tom. Great.
Oh, what a skip.
Superb. Wonderful. Scary putt though.
Yeah, a little bit. That wall's not that high, but it's enough to make your putt
Whoa.
glide. Liam sending
Massive spike hyzer from Liam with a Firebird. So very innova-centric hole here for our feature card.
See some more butter out of Jimmy here.
Float it up.
Lovely.
Yep, that'll work.
And he's got that standstill approach on lock.
Mhm.
That's nice to watch.
Oh, set.
Good bit out of Bray.
Oh, we've seen a few of those just coming up like on target but just low.
All line, no length.
Yep.
As Liam finds that line and the
Great
length.
putt from Liam. And we get our first signature homes replay.
Great putt out of Liam.
So, what a catch from the basket.
Good catch from the
Mostly
disc,
rim. But wow, that could have skipped out and rolled. So
Yeah.
really fortunate catch.
It also
And,
looks like the flex line basket there with the colour
Sure is.
colour on the
Yeah,
pole.
hole 11, sponsored by Flexline Media. Come on, Tom. Time for a birdie.
Let's go. Oh no.
He doesn't know what's going wrong.
Seems like he's grip blocking his putts or something. That's tough. That's really tough. Hopefully he can clean up this par. Yeah, good putt.
with a bit of aggressiveness.
Maybe a bit of frustration there from Tom, I think. But interesting enough, no birdies on the previous hole. We had no bogeys on this hole for round one.
Wow, playing very clean and playing .28 under par.
Hole 12. This hole, 90 meters downhill, a fence in your face, a tree in your face off the tee, over basically a huge makeshift pond.
Yeah, so the entire field and the fence boundary played as if it was water. So any disc that fell within that OB area, you could not retrieve it. You lost that disc for your round. We did go out during the lunch break and collect them, but essentially played as a water hazard because there aren't any other water hazards on this course.
Liam,
That was great.
huge forehand with a PD2.
Forehand.
Landed
Great
about,
drive.
yeah, amazing. He's got power both in the forehand and the backhand. I love watching Liam drive. Great to watch.
Now, I can't quite remember, but I almost think this was a P Waka Waka from Jimmy.
It was a P Walker gone.
I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Could have been something a little bit more fast, but
Halo T-Bird 3 out of Bray.
yeah, just
Playing
leaking
it.
left. That's the safe miss, though. There's heaps of fairway out there just to leak out to.
It's safe. You're not losing a disc out there.
No.
So maybe a disc like a Halo T-Bird is something that Bray
Wants
might
to
lean
hold on to.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Did that make it?
Tom finding that water.
Yep. So he'll be losing. What disc was that? Thunderbird for the rest of the round, unfortunately. Forehand approach from the drop zone. And that's probably going to be another bogey. I mean, it has to be.
At best.
Can't get much better than that.
Scary hole though.
Yeah, yeah. If you weren't confident getting over that that gap,
Downhill 90 meters. Not the hardest
No.
hole, but it's one of those ones that mentally gets in your
Yep.
head, and
that's what we wanted.
once
when
you
we
start-
designed it.
once you start hearing those voices, yeah,
Ooh.
things can go pear-shaped.
Touch short up shot from Jimmy. Let's see if Liam can get this birdie. Oh, just tickling the chains.
Iron right.
Yeah. Ooh.
A few more putting woes for our feature card. Hopefully Bray can finish this one off. Come on, Bray, on the pole.
There it is.
Good putt, Bray.
Yeah, Tommy.
Good clean up for Tom. Cashing that bogey at best.
Getting some celebrations from the card for a bogey. Never really what you want, but it builds confidence if you get a solid putt in.
Seems he's still keeping in high spirits, which is good to see.
Yeah, Tom's definitely a pretty happy-go-lucky guy. You never see him down in the dumps too often. The wind's definitely picking up at this stage of the round. There was a bit of a front that moved through around lunchtime, so this is obviously the start of that. As we head into hole 13, par 3, 75 metres playing downhill across the gully, and there is an OB fence behind the basket. Pretty tricky hole.
Yeah, little tricky. Comparatively, it seems like a little bit of breathing room though, if you can punch through those limbs.
I found that when we were trialling the course, we ended up leaking OB right quite a lot, but I didn't see much of that on the day, so could have been just a wind difference. Liam there catching branches at the mouth of the green.
Star T-bird out of Bray, just
A little bit low.
bottom of the hill on the path.
There's just a very small window between the branches to get through.
It felt good to hit the window because that long grass around the basket. You hit the window, you were 100% parked. You weren't rolling away off this one. As I say that, there's probably someone that rolled away.
There's a leopard 3 from Tom, catching some of those branches and falling down to the path. So our feature card doing alright, I reckon. They'll all have a look. It'll be an uphill look. I mean, Liam's definitely got the hardest approach.
Man, that putt's going to play a long way. It's all of
it
probably
doesn't even make it up to the green.
8 metres uphill.
Just on the edge of the hill there. Oh no. We've been seeing so many of those.
Relatively safe run on this hole with the long grass. You can give it a go and not too much damage.
As we see there, just immediately stopping. And here we go, Tom with the best birdie look. Yes!
Let's go, Tom.
There it is.
Is that his first birdie of the round?
I think it might be. But
he looks more stoked about his bogey.
Almost a defeated amble up the hill. He's like, oh, it's taken me that long.
Clean up from Liam.
So we'll drop in from Bray. Jimmy cleaning up.
Ooh.
Oh no.
There's that 2-2 putt.
Very aggressive putt. I mean, I was watching Jimmy warm up and he was slamming them into the basket. And there was a lot of spit outs from hitting the centre pole. But, it's obviously a putting style that works for him most of the time. So, hole 14.
Hole 14. Wow. Across the valley, 121 metres, par 3. This was a crush. As you can see the FPO tee in the foreground there.
Yeah, this hole almost plays the same as the ball golf hole, which we were stoked about. There is the ball golf ball golf green OB to the left of the basket.
And that fence line,
and
as
the
you can
fence
see
line
down the gully.
Yeah, so 2 areas of it, well, 3 actually, if you consider the OB on the right. So there's a lot of areas to get in trouble here, and a really specific landing zone to hit. This is huge from Liam.
There's that cannon.
Oh my goodness.
He's just outside circle 1. What a send.
That is massive. So yeah, anywhere around that tree that you can see in the center of the screen there is a great result. And that's exactly where Liam's landed. This is a pretty good rip from Bray as well.
That sounded good.
Yeah. So this is a Cloudbreaker 2 from from Bray, calling 4 for the cameraman as if he doesn't know where the disc is. It's alright, Bray. I knew where it was. And Jimmy, this will be a high-speed driver, maybe a Kahoo. And just falling a little bit short and left. on the edge of that hill. He'll have pretty uneven footing for his approach, maybe even blind.
Probably not.
Yeah, Tom's blind here.
Probably not the worst miss for Jimmy though, because
Yeah.
if he went it any longer, he might have been on that ball golf green OB.
Oh.
Tomahawk.
There you go. Tomahawk from Tommy. And that's an awesome result.
Tomahawk.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Ba-dum-tsh.
Just cresting the hill from Jimmy. And it works for him. That's great.
Jimmy, another sick approach. That's awesome. Jump putt layup from Bray, nice and safe. Yeah.
All good, curling up nicely.
I was surprised that this wasn't the hardest hole.
Oh, yeah?
I'm surprised 4 was harder than this because, man, I struggled on this one. Oh, and what a putt from Liam. He's not struggling at all.
Yes! Another Signature Homes replay. Cashing it in. What a birdie!
Flapping out those birdie arms
Yeah,
too.
he
Look at
knows
him
it.
go. Loving it.
And we also have to shout out Morgan Harderveld, who was the only other birdie from round 1. So Liam and Morgan, great shooting.
Yeah, well done, boys.
Great birdie to get. Oh, come on, Tom. Just struggling with this putting.
Yeah, this hole only coming in 0.24 of a stroke over par. I'm surprised to see that stat actually. I thought this hole played quite hard, but seems the
Obviously,
field
yeah.
didn't agree.
Open, making short work of it, which is always good to see. There we go. Nice confident putt from Bray. Cashing in another par as we head into hole 15.
125 metres, downhill par 4. Relatively wide open out on the left. I believe we played to a raised basket on a stump for this one. OB fence really far right, but you're pretty much protected by the tree line, so relatively safe hole. Again, one of those ones that kind of feels like a must get.
Yeah, there was a slight communication error on this one. It was originally meant to be a par 3, but due to a oversight on the printing, the T sign said par 4, which is what everyone pretty much played it as on the day. And so at lunchtime we made a decision to change it to a par 4, which it played as for the rest of the tournament. And it's a fairly easy par 4. I personally, as the designer, felt it was a difficult to get par 3, but that's just how it turned out. And so we're going to see, I would assume, quite a lot of birdies on this one.
Yeah, maybe even some eagles.
Yeah, who
We'll wait and
knows?
see.
So yeah, as you can see here, our feature guard playing it as a par 4, so they're playing very safe out to the left-hand side of the fairway, and they'll approach for their birdie.
Yeah, just 100 metres somewhere down the middle, and then a relatively short layup. It was a must get. Again, like as a par 3 though, it would fit the course design, and it would be an extremely hard par 3. But either way, it gives our players a little bit of breathing room. It's nice to have some of those must get holes. Sometimes they divide the field a little bit.
Ooh. Liam going from... Oh, actually it wasn't too bad. He got a good reaction off the tree, but yeah. Both Liam and Bray in a bit of trouble here off the tee. Kind of the area that you don't want to end up in off the tee. That really rough area to the right.
Yeah, turning it over as Bray
Forehand
throws
roller.
a little flick roller.
And doesn't really help much.
Too much cut on that one, I think.
Yep. Tom approaching from the middle of the fairway. Possibly his Firebird.
Set.
Getting a great kick off the OB line.
Another fence saving an OB strokes.
Yeah, the good thing about this course is that a lot of the fence actually has chicken wire up halfway, so you can actually rely on it to kick you back into the fairway if you go long.
It just shows you really deserve that OB stroke then if you throw it over the fence.
Yeah, you've earned it. So Bray, faced with a bush, not a lot on offer here. He's going to have to go over it.
Another bush.
Yeah.
Got through.
He got through, caught a lot of cabbage on the way. Let's see if Liam can save his birdie. Ooh, it's gone right over.
So this hole getting a little bit more open. That wind's starting to play effect, especially on that raised basket. As soon as you start exposing that underside of the disc, our all fun things can happen.
Oh no. Is that going to be Liam's first bogey?
It might be, and a 3-putt. It's unfortunate there for Liam, especially on this more of a must-get par 4.
Hey.
On the stump.
So yeah, I mean, I did go on about how attackable this hole is as a par 4, but I mean, if this was a par 3, a lot of this card would be getting bogeys, so pretty tough.
I think the raised basket was really the difference on this hole. Had it been normal height, I think we would have seen a lot more birdies. But
It's not even that much higher, but
well,
it does make a difference. Great birdie from Jimmy. And Tom's just going to have to negotiate his lie here. I'm not happy with that. Are you happy with that? This is a bit of a teaching moment for any discs that are hard to get a lie behind. If you're at all concerned about how legal it is, just put your marker down and just get up on the stump. Like that's
Tom getting his yoga practice out.
Yeah.
Well done. Hole 16, par 4, relatively short, but a placement shot to go through a tight gap.
Mando
Mando
off the tee, left of that tree you saw. Yep.
That OB fence also on the left. If you did not have a good placement shot, this was a very hard approach.
And there's another second Mando closer to the basket just to keep you around that little gap, that tunnel that the camera went down. So yeah, 2 Mandos both left on this hole.
And this is a hole where that chicken wire really comes into play.
Yes.
Along that back fence saved a lot of strokes me personally this weekend. I was very thankful for that chicken wire.
Cloudbreaker 2 out of the hand of Bray.
Sick shot.
Yeah, nice. I found a lot of players were using these trees as a bit of a catch, like a catchment zone. If you're landing amongst those trees, you're in a pretty good spot to approach the tunnel.
So,
Yeah, as
good
we
use
see,
of trees
yeah.
on the course.
Yeah.
Smart play from the boys. So it's a risky play though, because those trees are at a height where if you do sneak through, you're going
yeah.
over the fence. So risk
Ooh,
reward.
Liam turning it over. Oh,
Has he missed that second Mando?
we'll find out. I'm pretty sure he came up early. Hit enough of those trees. So you can see the Mando sign is pretty... It's deeper than you think. As we see Jimmy just... his upshot quite low. Catching a lot of grass. Bray's, this is a tilt out of Bray. I'm sure he would like me shouting that one out. So really overstable and just catching that that branch kind of getting robbed there.
Damn, that was looking good too, especially from a tilt.
Yeah. And so yeah, Liam here hasn't passed the Mando, so he's going to have to pitch out and kind of unwind. Not that he passed it, but he's just kind of tucked in there. So he wasn't quite able to get his pitch out around the corner.
Huge jumper out of Jimmy.
Oof.
Catching a limb.
Yeah, our feature card players here getting a lot of branches approaching this basket. Oh yeah, good anti-skip there for Liam.
Is that going to be a good little par save there
Yeah,
for Liam?
that'll save his par, which is awesome.
Again, this whole very short par 4 at 128 coming in right on par at 4.04 for round 1. Interesting to see. Really like the design of this hole as well because it forces that placement shot. If you don't have a good drive, you're not getting your birdie.
So Jimmy, right at this time, you can see in the background there are some players returning from their round. There was a couple of players that came across and kind of distracted Jimmy, so it's good that he took the time to reset and
Pays off.
pays off with a low putt, but it does end up in the basket, which is good. Let's see if Tom can...
Ooh.
Yeah, Tom.
Putting
Yeah.
continues to be a struggle for Tom this round.
Just sending it way over the basket. Well, at least one consolation is you know what you have to focus on after the round. That was good. Saves
Good
the par.
comebacker.
Yeah.
Not too happy about that one. Hole 17, 95 metres across the field. Another raised basket with OB fence long.
Yeah, not too much trouble to get into on this one. Fairly wide open. There is the tree on the left of the basket, which can block you off if you do end up behind it. And there's a bit of a fall off behind the basket. And there's also this initial gap to get through. But I liken this to hole 1 at Jelly Park, for those who know. It's just pretty wide open. Just get it up there. Whoa.
Grip lock out of Jimmy.
Yeah. And he's found a bit of trouble that you wouldn't really expect you would end up in. Some rough to the right of the pin.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, this is definitely one that you wanna have a good look at.
Bray a bit shorter than he'd like to be. Out to the left, but nice and safe for his approach. Forehand from Tom, interesting. Just cut rolling, didn't get the height. What was that from Tom? Firebird, wow.
Another Firebird out of Liam.
There you go. Actually, I should say Bray through the sexy Firebird. So 3 Firebirds from our lead feature card. Wow.
Just nickname this hole the Sexy Bird.
Yeah.
Don't know about their Firebirds, but I struggle to get my Firebird past 90 metres. Mine is overstable.
Yeah, I mean, they're generally known for being overstable. The Sexton Firebird's a little bit straighter, I've heard. Keen to try mine out, actually. Just got my newest edition Firebird, so there may be a review coming soon.
Stay tuned, folks.
Yeah, on Flexed Out, my second channel. Check it out if you haven't already. As Jimmy tries to escape that rough. Up by the basket. Come on, Tom. Good
There
putt
it
to
is.
save the par. He gets the replay. Worth it. That's a tricky putt, especially for par, after having a really tough putting round. He did well to get that one in. Another tricky putt for Jimmy.
Cashing that one.
Nails it.
Had a bit of practice from the previous raised basket.
Yeah, these are the only 2 raised baskets on the course, so not a lot of practice, I would say, for a lot of these players on raised baskets. You don't get too many of them around Christchurch. Pretty much only for tournaments.
Yeah, I like the use of the stumps though. They're not ridiculously high. They're just enough to be a bit out of the norm, which is nice. As Liam
Great
drops in a
birdie
bird.
from Liam. Wow. And our final hole for the feature card, hole 18, par 3, 102 metres. So heading back downhill towards the clubhouse into this little gully, and the basket's on this little mound that sticks out into the kind of creek bed. So pretty wide open, straight. You can almost do a spike hyzer if you want, but I think more challenging than you would think.
And there is an OB golf green way right, and
That's true.
you'd think no one would find it, but no, of course I almost came
really?
up near it.
Oh, you didn't go B though?
No,
Close?
I was
Toyed with it?
just off the side of it.
Yeah.
Bit of a grip lock, but that's all right.
Liam falling safe, which is all good. This is more direct from Jimmy. Okay, actually leaking long to the left.
Crush.
Yeah, safe out there. I will say this tree that you can see right behind the basket, and to the left from the tee, I expected that would come in to play a lot more than I saw on the weekend. When we were practicing it with myself and Dave, we had quite a few drives land in that tree, and some of them didn't come down, which wasn't cool.
A very grabby tree,
Yeah.
and pretty tricky to get out of as well. It was quite deep and made the approach or the scramble very tricky.
Oh no. Tom drawing an early branch off the tee, and he's
He's only advanced about 10 metres or so.
not what you want for your final hole on a really rough round.
That's better out of Tom.
Yeah, he can make it up on his upshot. I mean, I do say upshot, it's pretty much another drive. Comes up, maybe circles edge.
Another really cool use of the terrain for this green, sitting on a mound with a bit of a gully behind it. Not as steep as some of the past holes, but good use of the course and good use of the space as Jimmy has an aggressive run there.
And Liam's putting across the gully, as you can hear the wind coming up a little bit. Maybe lifting his disc up a touch.
Or maybe he wanted that one. Another good run out of Liam.
Low, straight out of the hand from Bray.
Bray will tap in that par for a par straight back nine.
Which is pretty good. Oh, yes!
Tom.
What a save from
He's
Tom.
found the putt.
In front of the crowd as well. Obviously puts it on for the gallery. Look at everyone there having their lunches.
With another replay, thanks to Signature Homes.
Awesome. What a recovery. Absolutely just biffs it into the trees off the tee and then wraps it up with a lovely circle's edge putt.
A wave to the crowd.
Yeah.
Wrap up a rough round for Tom. But
Yeah. Great save.
hopefully that'll bring some positivity coming into the second round for Tom.
Liam getting his par for a 1 under round 1.
Solid from Liam.
Mm-hmm. And that is also even to finish round 1 for Jimmy. So, yeah, pretty much... Oh, and I should say Bray as well. Also finishing on even for the round. Yeah, good shooting, apart from Tom, having some putting struggles. But, hey, that happens to everyone. I'm sure he'll turn around and get a better result in round 2. Here we have the leaderboard heading into the lunch break. Jasper Vandermeer with a hot 7 under par for round 1. Huge.
Massive. Well ahead of the field with Ashton on his heels at 4 under and Johnny on tied with Mitch on 3.
Yeah, it's going to be a really exciting lead card as we head into the final round for the 2-round tournament here. Really good shooting. It's been awesome to watch these guys crush.
Especially that fella there.
Yeah, what a drive. But hey, we look forward to seeing you for the final round here at Charteris by Charge. See you there.